Jeg er taget til Italien. Jeg sidder lidt uden for Milano sammen med en meget spændende person, som jeg har glædet mig til at besøge igen. Men inden da, så skal jeg lige fortælle dig, at vi viser videoen her i samarbejde med Goodyear, som dermed er med til at sørge for, at du og alle andre helt gratis kan se og læse alt det, vi går og roder med her på Biltesteren. Og nu gælder det som manden her. Han hedder Jean-Phillipe Imparato. Han er øverste chef hos mit yndlingsbilmærke Alfa Romeo. Og selvom han er franskmand, så er han god nok. Jeg ved det, fordi jeg har mødt ham et par gange efterhånden. Jean-Phillipe, nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
As you know, so I have a lot of questions from our followers, and I think we have to jump out already now.
Sure, let's go.
Please tell me about the future for Alfa Romeo, because invisible is maybe the most correctly word for the last few years about Alfa Romeo.
Oh, I don't know. In Italy, I can tell you that they see me everywhere. So invisible is not anymore the word for Alfa Romeo. We are developing. So if we want to summarize the future for Alfa Romeo, we build a business plan and a product plan that leads us to tell you that you will have one launch per year until 2030. So that's the answer to your question. Alfa Romeo, one launch per year until 2030.
And that's totally electric?
Not now. We have the first step with tonal PHEV, as you know, plug-in hybrid, that will give us a fantastic movement in terms of CO2, because we are at minus 40% of CO2 from one day to another with tonal, with the agility of a 280 horsepower car. So you will have, for me, the most agile CSUV PHEV in the market in the coming months. And then 2024, hybrid or full BEV offers. In 2025, 100% BEV. In 2027, everything BEV.
One of the questions is, you have said for a few months ago, Alfa Romeo is making money, or are you brand a deficit for Stellantis?
No, I'm a positive contributor for Stellantis. And that's, for us, very important, you see, because you cannot develop a product plan if you are not profitable in life. So the contribution of Alfa Romeo in 2021 was positive. At the end of H1 2022, we reached the full year 2021, and we are proceeding on that way, because you cannot organize the sustainability of any brand in the world if you are not profitable. So the answer is very positive. We make money.
That's great to hear. I have a guy here who asked, do you understand what I tell you now? There is a lot of petrol heads out there who said, a real Alfa Romeo must have a gasoline engine, at least with 4 cylinders, a manual gearbox, and a great sound from the engine. A crossover is not a real Alfa Romeo, and absolutely not an electric crossover or SUV.
That's the kind of I would say, very interesting position I have from some Alfisti. Guys, you cannot go electric. The answer is very clear, guys. If you do not go electric, you're dead. That's impossible to imagine that. Yes, you're dead. That's it. Because you are based on a regulation that will not let you and will not allow you to drive anything that is not carbon zero and emission zero in the coming years. You can cry, you can shout. I can cry, you can shout, but that's life. We are driven by regulation. So as I want Alfa Romeo to be alive in the coming, I would say, centuries, I have to cope with that. You see what I mean? It's not a kind of something that I can avoid. So Alfa Romeo will go zero emission in 2027. That's absolutely clear. But you will have fun, because the features and performance of the Alfa you will drive in 2024, 5, 6 will be really cool. I can tell you. By the way, the guys who are conceiving the cars and driving the development of the car are the same guys who were tuning the GTA version of the Giulia. The same guys from Balocco, Proving Ground, that are involved in the development of the electric cars. So you will see, you will have the same features, performance with the future of the power unit of Alfa Romeo.
So you said to all the Alfistis, be cool, there's no problem. The future is always...
Yeah, be cool, yes, because this is the first time since years you will see a product plan like that for Alfa Romeo. And Alfa Romeo, you need what? You need stability, okay? You need not to change strategy every morning. So we have a plan for the 8 years coming, 2030, guys. This plan must cope with regulation, but not only on the EV side. you will have the level of software you never saw in an Alfa Romeo, never. But I don't care about the weather we will have in the coming 3 weeks at Alfa Romeo. No, but I give you the means to have the best trajectory for the next curve. That's the way we will invent the Alfa Romeo of the future based on artificial intelligence. I don't care about artificial intelligence of software, but I care about the information you will benefit from us in order to increase what? Your driving efficiency. So Alfa Romeo is easier, my friend.
The next question is very funny, and I know you also think it's funny. Do you have balls enough to go against the trend with boring crossovers, SUVs, and make Berliner, station wagons, and hatchbacks like in the good old days?
Yeah, sure. I have balls. One. Second, enough, you will see. But seriously, if you can come back to the sense of this question, that's very interesting. Guys, when you go to a world of zero emission, means EV, it gives you a fantastic opportunity of freedom of shapes. One. Second, when you go to EV, the immediate word you have is aerodynamism. And when you speak about aero, you speak about sedan. So welcome back, sedan, my friend. So you will have a Giulia, my friend. And you will have a Giulia quadrifoglio. And you will tell me if I have balls or not. And we will see that together.
So we have a deal in a few years in the future. I will come back to you and tell you.
Sure. And I'm not speaking about 5 or 7 years. Huh? You will have the answer to the question. And when you will have 800 or 900 horsepower under your ass, my friend, I ask you to go fast, because we will see your time on track. You see what I mean? So many guys are speaking, but when we are on track, guys, it makes the difference. And you will see we will have the right level of performance on this Giulia. But seriously, it opens a fantastic world of, I would say, new top hats, new references, and not everybody and not everything will be crossover in the future, I can tell you.
That's good to hear, because I'm also a very big fan of sedan and station wagons. And
I love that as well. So when you love that, you are doing 2 things. One, don't never forget that customers are asking for proposal in the world of SUV. Huh? It's not driven by us, huh, guys. As well, customers like that. One. Second, we will bring a sedan, but not only that, guys. We can play with the EV. One day, probably you will hear the sound of silence of a duet. I I hope.
Oh yes, of course.
But yeah, okay. So first we have to develop, and then I have that in mind. So we are working on all these type of funny things.
And what about a 7-seat Alfa Romeo? Now Alfa Romeo is a part of a big family with a few 7-seat cars. Will we also see an Alfa Romeo with 7 seats?
Good question. The answer is no.
Totally no.
Totally no, never. But 7 seats, for me, it's not the priority. But E segment means the highest segment of the market in terms of performance, yes. It's not totally the same answer. So around that, you have to find your way, my friend. Knowing that I want to sell cars everywhere in the world. Means Europe, means North America and Asia. But it's an interesting question. 7 seats, no. 5 seats of fast and very performant cars. We speak.
Okay, that's great to hear. Of course, you know the market for professional vans is quite huge. Back in time, Alfa Romeo had a AR6 and also a AR8 built on a Fiat and a Iveco. I mean, will you get that way again? We'll go back to the family with Opel, with Peugeot, Citroën, and of course Fiat.
No, but where you are totally right is that for me, the B2B customer are absolutely key. So I will not go on this road, but I will obviously, each and every launch will be based on the hypothesis of I sell 50% of my car to fleet and to B2B users. And I highly value and respect these people. So for me, an Alfa Romeo today is driven by private customer and B2B customer. And that's why I provide the tonale at 26 grams of CO2. And that's why I'm going carbon zero.
So no vans?
No vans today.
No.
I prefer to put money on the Giulia.
Of course. The next question is from a guy. He asked, what do you think about hydrogen?
I think that this is a very interesting technology for for some, I would say, shuttles and I would say proposals that are not totally mass market today. It will be one of the energy of the future. It is not compatible with the horizon of the product plan I have. So it will be an energy of the future. It is not an energy for tomorrow, for me.
But if we said 2030 maybe?
Something like that, okay. But we are speaking within 8-10 years, no problem. But for the moment, it's very interesting, very expensive, not totally green, by the way, always, and very useful for some category of people and products, but not for the moment on the mass market potentiality.
Some people also ask, will we see a new Giulietta or similar to that, a new Me Too or a small car like that?
Sorry?
Giulietta or similar to that, or
yes.
a new Me Too or small car like that?
I think that we have to answer to these people because they are customers. And at one point of time, we told them, hey, bye-bye, because we are going to sell you Giulia, so upper segments. And you remember that in the 70s, Alfa Romeo was the beauty for everybody.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so my wife, the first car of my wife was an Alfa Sud. And I think that we have to bring an answer to these people. So rendezvous in 2024, guys.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, sure.
Because the next question is also about Alfa Sud. There is a lot of car brands making retro models, build up new electric models with old, well-known name. Renault 4, Renault 5 is good examples. What about an electric Alfa Sud?
I'm not in the resto mode trend because I don't need that. My history is fantastic at Alfa Romeo, and it would be a lack of respect to copy-paste the past for Alfa Romeo. Sorry. But finding the design themes of the past in my new cars, it's obviously an obsession for us. So copy-paste, no. I can bring to you a concept car, no problem. It's easy to make. This is not a point. But a serious car for you will be a new Alfa Romeo, based on some, obviously, always themes of the past, design point that you will find on another car of my past. But as Alfa Romeo, I have to invent the future, not to copy-paste the past.
Why is it so important for you to say you don't want copy-paste? You can make it.
Who will bring to the market the 8C electric today?
Alfa Romeo.
Not the historical one, my friend. No, we do not copy-paste. We do not resto mode. We will invent some very interesting things to see. Always with you will recognize the past at first sight, but it will never be a copy-paste. Never. Madonna. Protect the history. Do not betray the history. You see what I mean? I can bring to the market a 3D of any Discoverland, but it will be betraying the past. Yep. We do not want that.
Okay. We have two more questions. The one goes on you. What is your favorite Alfa Romeo?
Madonna. The problem is that I have so many. The favorite is the 33 Stradale. That's it. The second one is the 8C, the old one. The third one is the GTA. That's my choice, but I could spend hours around that. But that's my favorite.
Yeah. And the last question, do you think Alfa Romeo will survive as a car brand?
Sure. Because if we execute the plan we are writing now, I'm sure that we are absolutely the means to be not only resident, but as well developing, and we will do that on the premiumness, obviously, worldwide. You don't imagine the number of fans writing to me each and every day. It's just incredible. We have 200 clubs at Alfa Romeo, 50 clubs in North America, all the clubs everywhere. In September, we were organizing something at Monza and Barocco. And next year, it will be the next, I would say, Alpha Days, Alpha Tribe. It's a tribe. So obviously, yes, my friend, in a world that is changing, you need to stick to your history. Alfa Romeo is part of the history. By the way, Alfa Romeo is Italy. It's not something else. It's a tribe. So yes, obviously, we will develop. No problem.
That's good for me also to hear because
No,
as I have a Alfa Romeo heart right here,
Yes.
so I'm happy to hear that.
The plan is serious. It's industrial. It's locked, financed, and validated. We will succeed, sure.
Great to hear. Jean-Phillipe, thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend.
And
See you.
hopefully
See you on the
soon
road,
again.
no?
Yes, of course.
See you.
Mange tak, fordi du kiggede med. Jean-Phillipe Imparato og jeg, vi skal nok mødes igen på et eller andet tidspunkt. Hvis du synes, det her det er spændende indhold, så fortæl det i kommentarfeltet her nedenunder. Du må også meget gerne give videoen her et like, del den, kommenter den, bare gør, hvad du har lyst til. Det hjælper os nemlig rigtig meget i det store spil. Er der et eller andet, du synes, vi skal prøve at kigge på, noget lignende det her, så fortæl os det i kommentarfeltet her nedenunder. Tak fordi du kiggede med.